what's holding you back in life? Sometimes we have obstacles in life that we don't even know are stumbling blocks.
So here to help us identify our challenges and also help us to overcome them, we have peak performance strategist, Sir Charles Carey. Welcome back to Great Day.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you again.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So a lot of times we are trying to get things done and we keep not reaching our goal, but we don't really know why. Why is it so hard?
I'll be
to meet
honest
those
with
goals?
you. Everyone has a different reason for something holding them back, and I say we're all products of our environment, and that's basically the answer. So if you come from an impoverished environment, or if you come from an environment without a lot of mental stimulation, a lot of those are factors for why we can't see ourselves making the end result a reality. So that's it in the long and short. Now there are sub-purposes and problems that go along with that, you know, the way you see yourself, things that maybe you've experienced that made you afraid or uncertain. So.
All right, so you're talking about the perception of ourselves, right?
Absolutely.
Or the perception we think people see in ourselves as well. And
Yes.
that's one of the ways to overcome the
Yeah.
obstacles as well.
You have to be able to see yourself for who you really are. And I know the biggest thing is knowing what you're here for. So how do I know what I'm here for? Sometimes people undervalue being quiet, being still, because the answers come to us many times when we're just being still,
Right.
being quiet, allowing the information, the answers to come to you, the answers to your prayers, or maybe just an occurrence, an epiphany.
We also
We talk about going. I know you're
Yeah.
really big into meditation and something that for 2020 a lot of people are focusing on, but just blocking everything out
Yeah.
and just
Those
having the
moments.
answers come to you.
Absolutely.
part of what you talk
Quiet.
about how to look at things differently is your self-inventory as well. How do you
Yes.
do that? What does that mean to look at your self-inventory differently?
Well, you know, in one of my books, I write about critical in-depth analysis. And I am a coach, however, and I'm not against coaches, but I'll just say this. Sometimes you don't really need a coach. Sometimes what you need is what I call critical in-depth analysis, which means, again, being still, looking at yourself honestly. What is it that I do? What is it that I don't do? Where have I failed? Where haven't I failed? Where's my greatest joy? And you begin to see what it is that's specifically designed for you. And that's what you want to gravitate to. You know, so it's not difficult, but it's just not the normal way of thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
And we talked about those roadblocks. So how do
Yes.
we change those?
Well, that's also, it's really easy. We make things more difficult for ourselves than they need to be.
do.
You wanna
Why?
be,
We really
You want to be around people that, you know, you like. People that are doing the things that you want to do. They're going the places that you want to go. And even if they're not or have not arrived, they're on their way there. So you want to hang out with like-minded individuals. And that's a great tip to help you see who you are, see how to get where you want to be. Yeah.
Why is belief so important as well? I know that was kind of one of the last things that we have to look at ourselves differently. Belief in yourself?
Yeah,
is-
there's a song that says, if you believe, right? You have to believe, because if you don't think well of yourself, you cannot expect belief to come from the outside source, honestly. You know, we all have a different gift, a skill, a talent, whatever that ability is. And belief is so critical to what you think in your mind, what you truly desire, what you're maybe even afraid to say, for it to happen, for it to come to light, for it to show up in any shape, form, or fashion. So you have to believe, you know, even if it's a 10% shot, believe in that 10% that may turn into 20%. You know, anything is possible if you believe, like the song says.
I want you to sing again. Just stay here and sing for us, Charles.
Will you take us out to a break and sing? Sir Charles Carey.
Look, that was my first love, music, I tell you,
By
yeah.
the way, where can we get your latest book?
You can get the book at the website. My official site is sircharlescareyinc.com.
Inc.com. Thank you so much
Thanks
for
for
being
having
here.
me again.
We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We'll be back with more Great Day right after this.